So tell me about your court experience.
What do I think of my court experience? Well, at first I thought...
No, really though. I mean, look, this is all new shit. We're all going places where we've never been.
No, yeah, I've never been to court.
And most of us have never been to court. I never went to court till I got arrested.
To pay a couple tickets,
right?
And to get some name change stuff.
Exactly.
And, it was all, they were all pretty nice to me because I was giving them money. But you know what? For the most part, when I went in for my first time for a court support thing, I thought it was going to be if we could get the technician to roll the Law and Order music. No.
No, you're good, yeah. But
we don't cut that? I thought it was going to be that.
The point of that is it's this fucking
and it wasn't.
Alternative reality. This is a world that nobody knows about.
And it wasn't that at all.
Everybody thinks it's Perry Mason. And
yeah, it was not, you don't have a chance in the world against the prosecutor, against the people. And, you know, the people.
So when was the first time you went into court? Was it Ronnie? Oh, you didn't go to Ronnie's thing?
I had never met Ronnie. You know, I can't. The first
time you went in was when they hauled my ass off to jail.
You know, yeah. The first time I went in, I was like, they're taking one of my good friends to jail. Hey.
So that was kind of an eye opener.
Yeah, you know, it was ridiculous, and you know, I had met you and the Human Solution because I came to an event, a music event for Ronnie Knowles. I didn't know that's what it was. A friend of mine, a mutual friend of ours, Lloyd, of you know, Tropical Plants, bamboo that is.
Right. No alligators.
No alligators. Turtles. And he brought me to this music event. He's like, "Hey, I heard you just got fired. Do you want to come?" And that was a horrible story, being fired. But I know a great pick-me-up. There's a music show over at the Botanical Gardens. You want to come? Want to come? And so I was like, hey, sure. Music, good times, food. This sounds like the place to be.
So you met Ronnie, or you heard?
You know,
talk?
He was. I heard. You know, I think I heard him talk, and I was like, oh wow, they did some terrible things to him, and and then I heard Joe's story, and they did some terrible shit to you too, and. Sounds like the more I get involved. So then you went to court and watched a guy get hauled off to jail. Yeah, then I watched you get hauled off to jail.
That's a rude awakening.
It was, and so...
So what did you notice, though? I mean, there was things that... I obviously noticed it from a different perspective.
What I saw is the judge...
I never really heard anybody tell me what it was like from your side.
The judge sit up there and go through the first case before yours. And
this was the male judge.
Yeah, the old man, the man who was he was a looker. I liked him, except for the hideousness.
Yeah, well,
but
it's always good in a judge.
Yeah, exactly. So it took all of like 2.5 minutes for him to look at the paperwork and say, oh, this is what we've got you guys for. I'm going to set your bail at something you can't possibly pay. And you guys all have a lovely day.
Yeah, that was pretty much. He
smacked his gavel, and it's like before he even smacked his gavel, though, I watched the two security officers move behind you and Joe Byron. They had heard like 1 or 2 key words, that, so I'm sitting next to Kathy Z and I believe Katrina Coleman, and we were kind of like, we heard those keywords too, but we weren't sure what they meant. But the security guards did, and they moved in behind you guys and slapped cuffs on you right as, probably even before the gavel was even smacked. And then you guys were being hauled off, and then then Liz kind of had a abrupt shout, but who wouldn't? It is crazy.
Yeah,
shit is madness.
That was the last thing I heard before they hauled me out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the wail of my wife.
And
so what about since then? You've been in court now how many times?
I've been in court a bunch of times. God, like 15, 20 times for different people. For yourself, for Katrina Falbo, for good God, Tom, Dick, and Harry. Jeez,
yeah,
so many people people I've never met,
right.
And that's I think the important part. And that's probably why I can't remember their names, because I never freaking met them.
Right.
But you know what? They're. I saw that they're in the same situation that you are, and I knew that that's not a good situation to be in. And once we,
So what about the difference between like you come in and you watch people be there, but what's what are you noticing in the court? I mean, like when I was there, I got a whole different side.
Oh, you're sitting in the front row seat. I'm
a guy that can't smile. I'm a
yeah,
guy
you can't look at anyone.
I can't look at anybody.
Can't wave.
And
can't
everything they
up.
talk about affects my freedom. So
exactly.
It's a whole different thing
yeah,
for me.
You're in the front row seat, and here we are.
And if I screw up, they can haul me back to jail.
Yeah, exactly. And we're the real people. We're not the guy who's the puppet of the evil conspirators who pretends to be the people, who somehow got elected in there and who's controlling his actions.
But the thing too is that the actual value when there's people there, you know, I can express that, but most people can't.
I've seen it firsthand. You know, even if it's only 4 people in a van pool show up to a place that was going to have no one.
So I think that's our superpower.
Or even I've gone to court where we're not going to be allowed into the courtroom, but just our presence in the hallway.
Yeah, they're in a closed session.
Yeah, I've been to the closed session over a custody court where a woman was getting her child taken away because she's using medical marijuana. Medical marijuana. She has a card. She has a doctor's referral. She's in the right, and they're trying to take her son away, and this happens every day.
And she was there all by herself.
She was there all by herself. Single
lawyer
mom
that couldn't even really represent her.
Yeah, with a
and nobody else. Nobody knew about it. Nobody cared.
Practically public defender attorney, and no one even really cared. And myself and a few other people showed up just to be support in the hallway, and they noticed us. You know, and they notice us every time we go to court because they don't expect anyone's going to be there.